I was invited to do a presentation for a week at the General Conference, Black History Month. In those days, they had oil boards. And so I was writing some of the elements of music for the various geographical locations. So when I came in the next morning, it would be there because we had a short amount of time. I came back the next morning and it had been erased. When I saw it, I immediately, without even thinking, who did this? And this gentleman stepped forward and said, I did it. And his body language let me know that he was proud that he had done it. That was the first time I encountered that. And I knew what it was. I recognized it. It was a manifestation of racism.
Those words that were erased, can you remember some of those elements?
I was talking about the influence of the darker races and talking about the scale systems. For some reason, if there was dissonance
right.
of any kind, in those days, we weren't even there.
When we adjudicate moral value to a certain sound,
yes.
So dissonance is evil.
On the one hand, you want to recite Revelation 14, 6 and 7 and go to the mission field. But when you go to the mission field, you don't take the time to investigate where is that sound coming from? And of course, now today, I'm always wanting to ask, what is the story? When I was at Seventh-day Adventist College, I was conducting I founded a group called the Columbians. In those days, modern harmonies were very popular. And of course, as a young burgeoning musician, I was experimenting. And someone came in and put us out. Get out, and cut the lights out on us. So here we are, about 20 or 30 of us out in the parking lot. And many of these kids who had gone to Adventist, all of us had gone to Adventist academies, and had decided, you know what, this is not the place to be. In fact, I even said I didn't want to come back to the Adventist church because of that. Because I figured if we have this universal message,
right.
and we haven't gotten the music together, where are we going? Well, a gentleman by the name of Dr. William Lovelace pulled up and saw this happening and wanted to know. He asked me, he knew who I was, so he said, Shelton, what's happening here? And I explained it to him. I mean, and the kids were livid. You could see by the body language, and they're speaking loud and whatnot, and I'm sick of this place and blah, blah, blah. He says to me, I'm going to go home. Bring your group over to the music building. He went home and got his sax. And he came into the music department and he said, sing something. Let's just do music. And I was shocked because I didn't know that about him. The encounter there was the turnaround for me because he showed me that it's about the music. The outstanding thing about Dr. Lovelace, aside from his competence as a theologian and a musician, was he was fearless. He didn't believe in these walls that we established. He was Caucasian, but he was just such a giant of a person that, you don't stop to think of his color, but he was a man ahead of his time. He is one of 3 people that I think kept me from leaving for good. Music is an indicator of how different regions express themselves.
Isn't that interesting that we sing hymns that are in our hymnal book that are, for example, the Austrian national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
And we sing them with Christian lyrics.
Yes.
And it is perceived by Christian people like that is our music,
Yes.
right? But that belongs to a certain culture, a certain period of time. But then when you play some chords that they don't belong to that canon,
Right.
it's perceived as different, and different equals wrong.
Yes.
So what we are saying is the essence of discrimination, which is if you're different,
Yes.
that is wrong.
That's wrong.
It's not that God tolerates diversity. He creates diversity. He
Yes.
creates birds with different sounds and fish with different shapes and colors, and
Yes.
he loves diversity. He creates that.
Absolutely.
David in Psalm 103 and 4, he says that everything that I am praises God.
Yes.
So you are invited to a conference,
That's right.
and then you are asked to present a certain topic that deals with diversity. But then when you want to do that, you can say certain things, but you cannot say some other things. Or you can play certain chords or certain melodies or certain rhythms, but not others.
Yes.
So you cannot praise God with everything that you are, everything that God made you.
Psalm 19, I was reading that and I couldn't get past the first 5 verses. Yes, I've read the other, but I'm saying I see something there. David saw something there. The heavens are speaking to him. And I had these pictures in my mind of him taking care of the sheep, and on a clear night just looking up, and his mind produces some question in tonality. And I think to myself, the heavens are clear, what are they saying? And of course now with the Hubble telescope, when you look at those colors and you're looking out into space, those colors say to me there's a sound to accompany those colors.
Beautiful. That's
You know?
beautiful. I love that.
Yes.
I love that idea.
I just hope that we as a church, that our appreciation for the arts and for music will have parity with our theology, because there is theology there.
Absolutely.
You know, and we have to be able to ask questions or sit and listen to something we don't understand and appreciate that person for wanting to express what he or she has seen or heard.
You are here, you didn't leave. And your example is very important for those, especially young people, that they want to leave because we don't make a space for them to
Yes.
express themselves musically.
Yes.
So I hope they can listen to you and get inspiration from your story. Thank you, Doc.
Bless you.
God bless you.